and welcome everybody. It's Rose Smith from AbsoluteSoulSecrets.com here today, and I'm here with this week's Pick a Card Weekly Tarot reading. I just want to show you something that never happens. Here we go. We have Leopard on the board. Leopard never ever gets on the board, but he must be feeling in a much better mood today. He is a Bengal, and he's gone very dark brown since he's old. He's 13, so he's gone darker as he's got older. But yeah, he's got a lot of black spots in his dark fur. So there you go. Something I've been doing this how long, and he's never done this before. Anyway, so if you're here, it's very simple. Just pick a number now between 1 and 5, and I'll do a psychic tarot interpretation for you. Okay, have you got your number? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've got mine. So it's for the week commencing 1st of August 2022. Don't worry about the date. Because if you're watching this in the future, you'll know if it's for you or not, because you'll feel it, okay, if you tune into your body. Okay, so we're doing card number 1 for this week. Card number 1, closing my eyes. Okay, I see a lot of green trees. This suggests... Here we go. Something to do with family, perhaps, family tree, or it can be yourself. This card's come up, which it keeps coming up all the time now. It's the Hermit card. In Australia, we're in winter, and I'm on the Gold Coast. It's very cold today. It's a time for staying home and perhaps not gadding about town as much as one would normally. So this is all about getting in touch with your inner self, going down deep into your subconscious, to learn about yourself and to find out what's going on there. There's a light here, and this person is the light of the world, but in order to be the light of the world, it helps if you can actually realise that yourself, and that's why going down within is so important. There's a wolf dog here, which probably indicates learning or teaching. You may learn something now so you can teach it later on. And they're both standing on top of a mountaintop, as you do. So there's been some sort of challenge to get to this point where you can actually look within. Some people actually can't do that. They can't stand to be alone, or they can't stand to have peace and quiet. They've got to have noise going all the time, and then that's like a distraction. Okay, so you are the light of the world if you pick card number 1. Alrighty, card number 2 now. Let's see what comes out. I'll close my eyes. Okay, we've got stairs going up to the right, taking logical steps. Okay, think about something, plan it, strategize it, research, investigate, all of that stuff before you take action. Alright, the card that comes up is the 6 of Pentacles. Yes, it's definitely a good idea to think before you spend money. This is about a person who is in control of their money and decides who's going to get paid and when they're going to get paid and how it's going to be done. And, you know, you could be putting out some jobs, you know, in the next few weeks, not just this week, but you might have some jobs that you have to pay people for. So there's a fair degree of research that goes into this. This is people putting their hands out for money. Sometimes it's your children, or it might even be a partner or an ex-partner asking for money. Only you can decide what you're going to do about that. That's card number 2. All right, card number 3. Closing my eyes. What do I see? I see gold coins. And so again about money, and but it also means good fortune as well, and perhaps even good luck. It's very much akin to the planet Jupiter. Okay, Jupiterian, yeah, whatever. Akin to the planet Jupiter. Let's go with that. All right. The card that comes up is the 7 of Wands. Okay, this is about you being assertive and defending your position. If you felt a bit underconfident, now's the time to step up and be assertive. Maybe in small ways, you don't have to take on the whole world. But she's got a red bra here, you'll see, which denotes, action. And you can see with all these baseball bats, there's a fair degree of action. So being assertive. There's the possibility of conflict here. So if you're assertive, maybe you can do it in such a way that doesn't offend the other person. And one way to do that is to say, I feel, and then just one word is your feeling, okay? If you find yourself putting a sentence there, then that's not a feeling, that's thinking. You're thinking. There's a difference between thinking with your brain and then feeling, okay, emotionally. So practice determining how you're actually feeling emotionally. It's a bit of a skill, actually. And also, then when you say that, I feel, and whatever the emotion is, the person really can't argue with you because they're your feelings. Okay, there we go. Sorry, I got a bit of a cough this morning. All right, so card number 4. Card number 4. Let's see what comes up for you. What do I see? I'm still very much stuck on this. Do I have to say anything else? Oh, right. There's a diamond. So they're saying it's about clarity. Be very clear when you say something, okay? If you're ambiguous, they're going to take it another way that you didn't intend. So that could cause conflict. So, yeah, just be very clear in your messaging this week if you pick card number 3. All right, now, card number 4. Can we move on? Closing my eyes. Okay, yes, well, I saw this in the Facebook Live this morning, this very bright blue with the sky of mind. The sky is the limit, big picture thinking, blue sky thinking, basically means that there's lots of opportunities and you could just let your mind run and come up with a whole list of things that might seem a little bit crazy, but there's some good things in there. There's some gold nuggets. So there are things you can act upon and there are opportunities. The card that comes up is the 4 of Cups. This indicates there may have been some sort of despondency or disappointment about something. Maybe you're having memories come up from the past, particularly about old romances, because you've got the red rose under here, or love. It's like true love. And there's a spiritual connection here, these white roses, a very beautiful connection with this person. It's hard, however, to get something that's spiritual, to get it down to earth and operational on the earthly plane. But there's also growth here for you, the green and the solar plexus. Maybe your father let you down when you were a little child and you're being reminded of that somehow. But even so, there's the opportunity to move forward and the opportunity to speak creatively or communicate creatively coming up. This is just a time that you're going through this. You won't be going through this forever. So I still think that there's blue sky thinking that's coming, even despite these feelings of despondency. Okay, and now we're up to card number 5. 5 is alive, closing my eyes. Okay. What are these little games that, you used to get wool and play these little finger games and make all sorts of patterns and things like that? That's what I'm seeing. I feel like it's getting in touch with the world of the child. Time for some amusements. Mental amusements, reading, especially if you're in Australia now with the cold weather. It's very cold here. So a good time for reading, even watching a good movie, creating. Maybe there's some things you want to do that you can create, and just let your inner child come out and play. All right, the card that comes up for card number 5 is the Queen of Swords. Okay, sometimes we've got to chop our own heads off. That means stop stop thinking so much. Stop overthinking. Your inner child's there. She wants to come out and play, or he wants to come out and play. and you're thinking of all the reasons under the sun why you can't do that. I've got too much to do. I've got to go to work today. I've got this, that, and the other. This is someone who thinks very clearly, because look, she's here on a diamond with a diamond at the back, but she overdoes it. And, you know, sometimes when you're like that, it's hard to sleep, you know, it interrupts your sleep, you can't get to sleep, all that sort of stuff. And it's somebody who's been usually through a tough time, you know, they might have been able to think their way out of trouble in some ways, so now they rely on thinking a little bit too much. And unfortunately, especially in Western countries, we tend to do that. We just think our way out of the problem. And then there's a whole lot of other emotions that are associated with it that we never get to really deal with. You know, we never really process those emotions properly because we're too busy thinking. So cut it out. Sometimes this can be somebody who is extraordinarily manipulative or even narcissistic. They just literally don't care about the other person. And it can also indicate that an important decision needs to be made where you cut something off, especially from the past, okay? So, you know, use it. There is some good in this card. A lot of people don't like it, the Queen of Swords, you know, because they might have sort of negative connotations, especially with this. I mean, it's a pretty strong visual image. But there is a lot of butterflies here, so it means there's new life coming. If you can stop that overthinking, the creative juices will flow much better. Okay, so that's it. We've only got one major arcana. I think that was the same on Facebook as well. And one royal, that was on Facebook, and pentacles, wands and cups. Okay, so a sort of average sort of week, really. Nothing sort of unusual for the whole collective, I don't feel. Alrighty, so that's it, everyone. I hope this is useful for you. Leave me a review on Google if you could, possibly. That would be fabulous. I would really appreciate a positive review, or on Facebook under the reviews tab. And have a wonderful week, everyone. I know you will. Okay, thanks and bye for now. Thanks so much for watching. Please visit my website absolutesoulsecrets.com for all things spiritual. Have a lovely day.